of the Boulevard retail park at Merry Hill. This retail park is located at the top end of Merry Hill, and here is the first unit. It's Pizza Hut, which is one of the main restaurants to be seen here. So anyway, here is Pizza of the Boulevard retail. Folks, this is Joe here from Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures, and welcome to a Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures film. Today I am going to be doing a review of the Boulevard retail park at Merry Hill. So we are starting on the top end of this to where I'm standing, outlets are turned on from the side. The first unit we can see is Pizza Hut, which is one of the best known pizza locations to be seen at Merry Hill. It is the last one to be seen in Merry Hill since the one down the bottom end at the area where the shopping centre is, as that is now closed and abandoned. As you can also see a bit of red paint peeling off, because this building used to be red years ago, but then they painted it grey. And the building behind that used to be the Carphone Warehouse. As you probably know, Carphone Warehouse has now merged with the Currys PC World. They've now moved into the larger Currys PC World store, and this shop is now closed. Up ahead behind that tree is Costa Coffee. This used to be Jessop's a long time ago. As you probably know, Jessop's left this place just before they entered the administration. So anyway, let's move on. So we're now crossing over to where the barriers are, and here we see HomeSense, which is in partnership with TK Maxx. And as you know, HomeSense here years ago used to be two shops. The first shop was carpet chain Allied Carpets, which was in competition with Carpetright, and then the shop on the other side was Powerhouse, which was a second-hand electrical store to rival Currys and all that. However, those two units are now being converted into one unit, HomeSense. The next shop we can see is DFS. This used to be Comet a long time ago. As you know, Comet went into administration in 2012, but luckily this Comet closed just before the chain entered administration. And as you can see, DFS is quite outside. And the next shop is Mothercare, which also has an early learning centre concession in. As you know, Mothercare used to be known as the Mothercare World. They split it in half back in 2012. And as you know, at the start of this year, just before the pandemic of the coronavirus, Mothercare went into administration, and now this shop is now closed down. And what the interesting thing is about the shop, they used to have an awesome tree right at the back of the building, and as of course inside the tree there was actually the old Hamilton Champness lift that had been modernised by a horrible Stanner. And obviously the buttons are different on the outside compared to the inside. And the next shop next door is Pets at Home, which was converted from the Mothercare back in 2013. And of course, Pets at Home just bog standard really. The next shop used to be Miller Brothers a long time ago, then it changed to Empire Direct, then Lee Longlands, and now it's taken over by Home Bargains. Just one of them cheaper bargain stores. And anyway, this used to be where the monorail station used to be a long time ago. It's now American Golf and Frankie and Benny's. And the next unit used to be in two. This first part here used to be Au Naturel, which merged with Ethel Austin's, and then they closed down. And then the shop next door, which used to be Currys on its own, it's now known as Currys PC World. They converted that into a mega store. First they had a Phones For You concession in, and then they added the Carphone Warehouse. And just ahead of us on our right hand side is McDonald's. It's the last McDonald's drive-through to be seen at Merry Hill since the one at Central Way closed years ago. That also had a indoor play area. I remember going there a long time ago. Of course, lots of people complained that it was one of the most dirtiest one, that one on Central Way. And the next unit we come to used to be a PC World a long time ago, then it became electrical clearance store when PC World moved into the big Currys, moved in with Currys, and it is now known as the Range. And of course it's got an Iceland food tenant inside, because Iceland's in partnership with the Range, and the Range just has, well, cone escalators and are just boring dull generic. It's not as interesting compared to the one which is the Express Evans at the Kidderminster store. So anyway, there's the range, just right there. PC World moved in with Currys. It is now known as the Range. However, the lift here is just boring, dull, generic Horizon. But the only interesting thing, it has the Piccadilly line voice. And the next two shops here used to be a big Olympus Sports, and then it changed to Decathlons, but then Decathlons moved to Wednesbury via Kia on junction 9 of the M6, and they converted the unit into Harvey's, Benson's for beds. As you know, Harvey's are closing down, but Benson's is staying. And next door's Oak Furniture Land, but unfortunately Oak Furniture Land, this franchise is closing down, so that means it will be back to an empty shop again since Decathlon closed back in 2010. I wonder what could replace this Oak Furniture Land store. Maybe a Furniture Village, or maybe a Wilkinson's, maybe, because obviously there was wanting to be a Wilkinson's in one of these units before, or maybe Halfords. But however, it looks like nothing's going to be taken over the site. The next shop here used to be a Texas DIY, Texas Home Care DIY store, and then it became Staples, and then Staples in 2013 closed, and it's now a branch of Rengidgens. And then the final shop on the end used to be the other part of Texas, then it became the Kingdom of Leather, which was a independent store. Then it changed to Next Clearance, then changed to Next Home, but then Next Home moved into that former Sainsbury's to convert that into a big Next in the shopping centre. It is now known as NCF Living. And the final main building here is an Odeon Cinema, and oh no, another Costa. Oh, there's so many of these in Merry Hill. Too many Costa coffees. Maybe one is better than others. And anyway, and there we see the main Merry Hill Centre, and just up here is the KFC. Thank you for watching.